Hey guys, Cobra here. Welcome to another Racial Legends video. Guys, Suwai Firstborn was one of the void that did get changed in the recent patch. So I'm doing a showcase for her. Got her with some of my best gear. Not the absolute best, but some good gear on her just to showcase that big change on her A2. Let's go over her skills very quickly. Her A1 render, helpless, tax one enemy, 50% chance of placing a 60% decreased defense debuff for 2 turns. Increase attack buff and then increase critical damage buff on this champion for 2 turns if this attack kills an enemy. So this is a pretty good skill. Defense down on the enemy. This is why she's so good for the clan boss as well, if you want to build her that way. And then look at this A2 attacks all enemies. 75% chance of placing a 50% decreased attack debuff for 2 turns. 100% chance, 3 turns cooldown for a 2 turn duration decreased attack. This is what has changed, guys. This utter rampage skill becomes so much better. Very low cooldown at the 3 turns. It means that you can keep on just attacking with this skill on the enemies all the time, especially for dungeons. Gonna be a nice nuker to just clear through the dungeons. And then dead end reaction to A3 attacks one enemy before attacking has a 75% chance of placing a 25% weaken debuff for 2 turns. This goes all the way to 100%. 3 turns cooldown again. Pretty good changes, right? Especially this A2. It's a champion that applies both a decreased defense, a weakened debuff on the target, and also a decreased attack. Very solid for clan boss situations. But what I want to be showcasing is her A2. This has now become an AoE skill and a 3-turn cooldown. I want to see how much damage we can do. And if we build her right, will she be like a proper nuker? Will she be almost like a Trunda, like bring out those big numbers like Trunda does? Of course, Trunda has like a double hitting attack, which is way different in terms of attacking champions like a Rotos. But Suwai having being an epic and having such a skill with a low cooldown and the possibility for a big burst, then we want to see some big numbers. So how have I built her? 4.8k attack. I could get this higher with attack percent boots, but didn't go that route. Went with just speed boots on her. 100% crit rate, 282 critical damage, and the accuracy, it's still over 200, which is great because if you want to be using her for dungeons, it's even gonna work for dungeons 25 now with the updates to the dungeons. The accuracy requirement is still about there, so over 200. It's gonna work for dungeons 25. So focused on critical damage on gloves, attack percent on chest, getting as much of the other stats as possible. So for example, accuracy, attack percent, speed on all of the other gear. And then I went attack, critical damage on amulet, and then attack on the banner. If you need more accuracy, you can of course go accuracy on the banner. And then finally for masteries, I went for Helm Smasher. Always great when this procs. It's a 50% chance. I know 50-50 RNG, but especially for areas like arena, you want to have as much ignore defense as possible to get those big numbers. I did go the support tree. You don't need to go Lore of Steel. Lore of Steel just gives me that little bit of extra damage to that critical damage set that I do have. And also Evil Eye helps for dungeons, so you can either go for either of the two. Since you're going to be giving her some accuracy, then I think Evil Eye can work as well. I did go for Master Hexer, extend the duration of that defense down, that weaken, and that decrease attack to possibly 3 turns. You can actually even go Sniper on her if you don't want to go Stoked to Fury, because Stoked to Fury will give her damage only when she's got debuffs on her. And if you go Sniper, it's going to add 5% to her chance to apply a decreased defense. But with this gear, can we get some big numbers? Let's go into dungeons to check it out. First things first, this is Dragon 20. Want to test out if we can actually take down these waves. This is my absolute testing of damage kind of setup, because every champion here will aid Suwai in getting those big numbers. This is not, of course, a team that I normally use, so the numbers that you see here won't be the ones that I'll always be getting. So boom, look at that, 225k with the gear that she has and all the boosts that she got there. Not too crazy, okay? I would say not too crazy. I mean, I could get those numbers with all other champions having the same amount of gear. So look at that A3, 120,000, which is insane. 120,000 is pretty good for an A3 attack. Being so squishy now, she gets targeted there. But we should be okay. Oh, she dies. There she is. There's a revive. I want to see another A2 here, possibly from Suwai. Will she get it? I think she still has like 1 turn cooldown. Look at the A1, 173,000. Wow. Okay, I did not expect that amount of damage out of the A1. So definitely way more than I thought it would be. I want to hit now again with the A2. Now that she probably has it, plus the critical damage up buff. So this should be big numbers. Boom, look at that, 240, 300, right? So pretty big numbers. I know this is not ideal from the amount of gear that I have, but still the change is great. If you're missing a nuker, then Suwai will fill that position plus more. Look at that, 283,000 from that A3. That's insane, right? That's insane for such a short cooldown. I think she will be an MVP for unkillable comms in terms of damage. She is, and probably lots of people were using her before, but also that change to the A2 will give us more possibilities in the future for other setups. Look at that, 142,000 on the A2. And then is she going to do the A1 now? Come on, big number. Boom, 219,000. Yeah, I'm totally happy about this change on Suwai, getting those big numbers. But let's go and test her out in the arena to see some more actual numbers without all this buffing. So in the arena, Suwai will have a proper setup. We're gonna have the attack up from Arbiter. We're gonna have the speed boost there from Lissandra. Look at that. We're gonna have the defense down on everybody, and we should be able to get like a big burst here and take all of them down. Boom, look at that. Okay, easy burst, definitely worth the gearing of Suwai like that until you get maybe another nuker. So let's try some more teams. So this one's a way tankier team. Look at all those shields. You want to have somebody to remove the shields just to make it a little bit easier for Suwai to get those nukes in. So we remove all the shields. We go with the burst. Boom, look at that. Easy clearing. I think the A2 is definitely a solid nuke now that it has become a big AoE move. I would say she's a fantastic champion right now with the changes that have been made on Suwai. Definite carry for bosses as well in all of the dungeons, because the dungeons now that we've got 25, you really need somebody with big damage. So let's go and test out dungeons 25. So guys, now we're in Dragon 25. This is a more normal build where you're gonna have your cold hearts, let's say, for example, plus Suwai there for the nukes. I mean, Dungeons 25 definitely have way more health and way more defense. So let's see with a more normal build if we can actually take out the waves with Suwai. I think not. I think she won't have enough burst to take these down. From the videos that all the content creators have made so far, it's basically Seer just nuking through the waves. That's the only real pretty fast solution to Dungeons 25. So let's see what kind of burst we can do. Her A2, I would expect way lower damages. So yeah, look at that, 90,000 instead on Dungeons 25. Unfortunately here, Seer will be the MVP. So look at that, 118,000. So definitely you'll need to go in there with some more control instead of just having damage dealers. If I had maybe some more nukers, then maybe this would have been a nice solid clear. 92,000, now she gets the critical damage up. So her next skill should be a pretty high damaging one. I think it's just going to be another A1, right? Or not, she did get a reset. Yeah, definitely these waves are not playing around in terms of defense numbers. They have so much defense. Remember, we do have Hell Smasher. We do have that. We do have Hell Smasher. We've got the Savage set on, so we do have a lot of defense penetration plus the defense down. But these waves are not easy to get down. They definitely take a lot of beating. Even so, I think Suwai definitely deserves to be like a solid nuker in here. If you don't have anything else, then Suwai will fill that role plus some more because of that defense down and that weekend plus all the buffing that she does to her own self. So definitely a solid change. I'm so happy that they made this change. I hope we see some more changes in the future for many more champions like Suwai that maybe have been forgotten a little bit. So this was the showcase for Suwai Firstborn, guys. What do you think of Suwai? Are you going to be using her for your nuking champion? I think she's one of the most all-rounded nukers that we have currently in the game. I definitely think that she's way better than other champions that you could use with your best gear plus some accuracy, because she also provides a defense down, a weaken, a decreased attack plus nuke. I mean, she has all the kit that you need to progress through dungeons, the campaign if you're still having issues with the campaign. Doom Tower for sure. It's just not going to be this exact build. You might build her with more lifesteal, more accuracy, more tanky build, but still she will have some damage potential as well through her big A2. Definitely solid champion. Overall, so happy for this change. I even have her on my free-to-play account, but unfortunately I just can't spread myself on that account and building every single damage dealing champion that I have. Thanks guys for watching this video. Subscribe if you haven't already, and guys, I'll see you in the next one. See ya.